Hey, what's up you guys, it's Caboose XBL bringing another Batman v Superman video, and today we're going to be talking about is the Dawn of the Justice League event that premiered last night, and all the new Batman v Superman footage that was shown throughout it. There is a lot to talk about here, so let's just get right into it, starting off with the very first shot that I have on screen here of Bruce Wayne. Now, he looks devastated in this shot. He looks so damn depressed. He's walking away from Wayne Manor with what appears to be flowers in his hand. Now, I'm just going to assume right now that this scene is just him going to Thomas and Martha Wayne's grave to pay his respects. I'm assuming that he's leaving Wayne Manor, he's going to his parents' graves to pay his respects. That's why he has the flowers, that's why he looks a little devastated. And I'm also going to assume that during this scene, when he goes to visit their graves, we're going to see the flashback to the Wayne's death. I think it's going to be really like a 30-second thing. I'm sure Zack Snyder knows like there's no point in wasting any more time on Bruce Wayne's origin anymore. We've seen it a million times over. We know what it is, so we don't need to waste too much time on it. So I'm assuming he's just going to go to their grave. He's probably going to get some quick flashes of their death, and that's it. That's what I'm assuming this whole scene is about. So yeah, moving on to the next shot, and this one's for the ladies. It's of Bruce Wayne getting jacked, working out. Not much else to say about it, not much to break down. It's pretty self-explanatory, so let's just move on to the next one. Now, this next one is actually very interesting because what we can see during the footage in motion, of course, is that he's working on something. He's trying to build something, and I think this has a lot to do with the creation of the armored suit. It's either that or he's like repairing the Batmobile or something. I don't know. I think there's something more to this scene than just, something as simple as he's repairing the Batmobile. I'm assuming that my guess, the one that I'd put money on, is that this is the moment where he starts to build the armored suit to start to fight Superman. So that's what I think is going on here. It's going to be very interesting to see what this scene is in context come March 25th. Now, this next shot I included simply because some fans online and people online that I know have been all saying the same thing about it, in that this is a shot of Clark Kent, of course, and he is in his apartment that he now lives in with Lois Lane. That's what a lot of people are saying online. I don't know who confirmed this or if it even is confirmed that that is the case, but it doesn't seem too far-fetched that Clark Kent now kind of has a lifestyle with Lois Lane, considering all the events that happened in Man of Steel and the relationship that they grew with together. So I'm assuming, yeah, that this is just going to be Clark Kent. He's now living in an apartment with Lois Lane. Of course, he's also looking down at, right now, the newspaper that we saw in the last trailer where we see the thug who has the Batman brand on his chest. So that's what he's looking at. It's that newspaper. Moving on to the next shot. This is of the armored suit. The more and more I see of this thing, the more badass it gets. I mean, look at it. It is like ripped out of The Dark Knight Returns. It is 1-to-1 with that comic book, and I'm so glad they decided to be comic book accurate with this thing, because this costume is so badass. It's going to be amazing to see it in action, to see Batman throwing down with Superman. It's going to be so freaking cool. March 25th cannot come faster. But yes, wanted to include this shot, as of course, it was another new thing that we haven't seen before. Now, this next shot is where things get very interesting. This is a shot here that we have indeed seen before. It's of the Nightmare Batman, and he's snapping like a Superman guard's neck. However, in this shot that we have seen before, some visual effects have been done, and they've been implemented into the scene. So you can see there in the background, none other than a parademon. That's right, a parademon is indeed in this scene. This is really confusing to me, because the more and more I think about it, the more I doubt that this is some sort of dream sequence or nightmare that Bruce Wayne is going through. Because to see those parademons and to see how spot on they look from those characters, those things in the comic books, it doesn't feel like it's just a coincidence, It feels like maybe Bruce Wayne or Batman has seen the parademons. Who knows? Maybe this is like towards the end of the movie or something, and Darkseid has already arrived. He's already made his arrival or something, and we see the parademons, and that's why Bruce Wayne has this nightmare. I think I know it's been reported that this is indeed some form of a nightmare, but I truly still believe that this is like a vision that Wonder Woman has of the future. That's why the parademons are there, because she's probably seen them in her lifetime. She's hundreds of years old. So I'm thinking that's what's going on here. I don't know, though. It just seems so weird that it's a coincidence we see these parademons in here, you know? That they're just some form of fan service, you know? Or an Easter egg for people, because those parademons are a thing. They're a thing in the comics. So for it to just be something in a nightmare seems a little too on the nose, a little too coincidental to be what's going on here. But overall, this shot is still badass. Batman just snapping a dude's neck. That's weird. A little out of character, but that's why this is definitely not something that's real. It's something that's a vision or a dream of some sorts. Moving on to the next shot. This was towards the end of the DC special for the Dawn of the Justice League. This is just a cool shot of the Batmobile driving out of the Batcave. I thought I'd include it. Doesn't really look great. I can't really get a good screen grab of it that isn't blurry. However, if you want to see all the footage in its entirety, you can go to the link in the description box below and you can watch it. So there's going to be a link in the description to where you can watch all this new footage in its entirety, in its glory, and the link will be in the description box below. So moving on to the next shot. This one is very interesting, actually. A lot of people kind of overlook this and just think, oh yeah, Lex Luthor doing something, you know. What I think this is, because you can see the look on Lex Luthor's face. He looks so damn pissed off, and he looks almost kind of sick. So what I think is going on here is something went wrong. He touched the kryptonite he wasn't supposed to, and he's going through some form of detox here. You know, he's in some form of room where it's like a detox room where if experiments go wrong, you're supposed to go here immediately. And I think this is going to be the start of Lex Luthor going bald. He's going to get some form of kryptonite poisoning, and this is going to be the moment where he starts to go bald. Because you can just kind of see it on his face. He looks a little sick, and he looks extremely pissed off about whatever just happened. So that is my theory. That is my speculation on what's going on during this scene. And the last thing that we saw during this event was, in fact, the extra shot that the fans who went to the Batman v Superman teaser in theaters, this is the extra shot that we got. So when I went to go see the Batman v Superman teaser in theaters, like a nerd, I also got tickets to see the movie a week early, 2 posters that were awesome, and we got to get this extra shot on the big screen. I'm so glad everyone gets to see it now in HD. This is such a badass shot. It is so freaking cool to see this iconic moment in comic books with Batman and Superman about to clash on the big screen. It's going to be so amazing. I cannot wait for everyone to witness this in IMAX. Yes, it's almost here, guys. Almost 2 months to go until Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. What are your thoughts on my breakdown? Did you think I did a good job? Did you think I did a bad job? Did you notice anything with the new footage that I may have missed here? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm CaboosXBL. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter and like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.